Hey, hi guys. All right, so Virgos, let's do a little bonus message for you guys. And Virgos, I feel like using this deck for you. So let's give it a whirl. Let's just see where this little freestyle storytelling is going to go. There's also another deck that I've got my eyes set on that I really want to pull from. So let's just see. First card out should be strongest energy, and we have 6 of Pentacles. Virgo's ready for playmates, ready for somebody that they can cooperate with joyfully, ready to, you notice how these cats are kind of out here in their element, right? They're these little free cats that are out here playing around. They've found fish to eat. There's a lot of abundance. This could be all about career related things. There could be an awesome offer that is coming in, but you notice that this one cat is having, well, the orange cat is dangling like a fish on a fishing lure here. It's just the skeleton and it's captivating this little black kitten. And then this other little kitten over here is actually the one who has a fish that still has meat on it. So I'm kind of looking at it like choosing wisely who we associate with instead of having somebody that dangles like, ooh, you could have this, you could have this. um this almost looks like the Virgo might be better off being more successful, kind of like going a different route. Now I know the 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take, but if somebody is not going to give equal, they're just going to dangle something in front of us, then it might behoove us to go ahead and, to get more balance in our lives would be to bet on ourselves. So it's kind of an interesting card because it really makes our character question, am I doing better off totally on my own, or do I want to let somebody come in and, wow me and say, oh, you'd be so great if you just give us your, we run your business for you. You give us as much money. We'll make you, amazing. We'll make your business grow. And it's like, actually, I think I could grow it myself better through interacting one person at a time and making my business what it is based off of my interaction, I don't want a nameless, faceless company or corporation to like rep me. I think I'll rep myself instead. That's kind of what this is coming across as. Self-reward. No joke. Yeah, this is a Virgo who's saying, no, my ancestors got my back, not some other big nameless, faceless company that's promising me fast rewards and all kinds of stuff. I think I'll just do it myself. I think that's what I'm guided to do. So the equal give and take is between Virgo and their guides and their wisdom that they are receiving from their guides. I like that. That's really nice. 7 of Cups. There's a lot of unknowns up ahead, and yet that is also, instead of it being like, oh, I'm so confused, I don't know what to do, the self-reward aspect of it says there's also a lot of opportunities. Virgo is not like hitching their wagon to somebody else's star and now they have to do things the way somebody else said. I think that this Virgo is very autonomous. I think they don't want anybody else representing them. I think they want to go ahead and go solo. I think that they're choosing High Priestess. They're really listening to their gut. This is so much about instinct. This whole story is about instinct. This could even be that a 6 of Pentacles could be like a lover coming in saying, oh, Virgo, I want you so much. And, all you have to do is do this, this, and this, change this for me, accommodate me this way, let me have this, do this for me. And then you'll be so happy. Then I'll give to you, Virgo. And the Virgo might be saying, mm-mm. That's, if somebody tells me what I have to do, what hoops I have to jump through, I think the answer is a clear no. Now, it still doesn't mean I don't know what's happening next in my life. What if that was a great love of my life? What if I never meet somebody else, but because they wanted me to jump through so many hoops because they dangled something in front of me? This could even be somebody who was like, like alluding to like, well, someday I might want to get married if blah blah blah. It's like, ooh, that's cringy, like dangling like a reward, like, ooh, someday I might marry you, Virgo. That's a big turn off. Yeah, that's a hard pass on that one. No such thing as dangling, like I have to be rewarded by maybe you would marry me and give me a ring, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what gender we're talking about. I still think this Virgo is like, nah, Nah, if that's the way they operate, I'm not interested. Now, again, it says, I don't know what's up ahead for me though, but I do know that I'm going to keep listening to my intuition. And in this case, the gut intuition, the inner knowledge, and the wisdom from the ancestors seem to be helping this Virgo move forward. 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands, Hanged Man. This Virgo is still saying, I think, although I don't know what'll happen next, I think I'll have more opportunities. In fact, I know that I will. And I also know that the fact that somebody handled me wrong right out of the gate, they'll think back and they'll be the ones that will regret this. I already know that. Intuitively, I know that they already do regret this. I'm starting to lean toward this having been a relationship, that somebody was treating it almost like a business thing. Like maybe whoever Virgo dealt with, they always tried to get, they treated everything like a kind of a smarmy business deal. Like that, like, and then if you're good, then maybe I'll marry you. And Virgo was like, oh, yikes. No, don't like that at all. And they went ahead and Virgo said no to something. Virgo chose themselves. Virgo wouldn't tolerate that, the belittling of that, or however we want to think of it. And it's funny because the Virgo knows that although they made the right choice for themselves, they're also intuitively aware that I think that other person knows that they blew it. They are sitting here really bummed out. They're stuck on the Virgo at this point. Well, I can see why, because that's not the way you handle somebody. That's not a great way. They're almost trying to figure out how is it that the Virgo really meant it, that they weren't interested because of the great offer I gave them. Wow, 10 of Swords sideways. They don't know, is there any way to win the Virgo back? But at this point, they almost are like kind of obsessively thinking about it because they're obsessively miserable over this. Piscean energy with that Hanged Man, that because that 10 of Swords though came out sideways, I think that they're still trying to figure out, is it really over? And remember, this is all Virgo's intuition. We've got a 2 of Pentacles. I think that if anything, Virgo might be saying, good, I hope somebody does remember, the way they treated me and the fact that I was like, I'm not doing that, because I hope that they do remember that's not the way to handle things. That's no way to behave. That's not right. You don't do that to people. I'm glad. I hope that they remember that. Ace of Pentacles. There is a fresh start. But I don't know yet if the fresh start is like on down the road. These two might still communicate again in a different format, or if Virgo is just like, and now I have a new beginning elsewhere. 2 of Swords, 10 of Cups. And we still don't have an answer because there's a blocked energy. We can't see what's coming up. We only can see that the Virgo is walking right toward a 10 of Cups, but I don't know who it is who's standing there waiting there. Let's take a look at that. This Virgo is headed for great happiness, but let's go back to that original deck, actually. Tell me about the original deck, the 10 of Cups. The Virgo is on, we have a 4 of Swords in the reverse. There's been a sense of freedom, the time for silence, the time for, ruminating over this whole situation that already occurred is over. Virgo's kind of done thinking about it. Whoever tried to dangle like something in front of them, and then the Virgo's like, I don't like things being dangled in front of me. I think I'll just go ahead and just choose me. No, thank you. Don't want your kind of like little lure. That the Virgo's in a very different vibe now. They're healed from this. 10 of Swords is in the reverse. The High Priestess again in the upright, and the 9 of Cups upright. This is the time for Virgo's silence is coming to an end. There is still Virgo is aware that that person is really hurting at this point, that they desperately don't want to let go of Virgo. And I think it's interesting because remember, this is the 10 of Cups, and we saw somebody waiting at the end of that road for the Virgo. But right now, that 10 of Cups is Virgo is, they're going to get everything that they want. They have an intuition that whomever it is that I end up with is going to be the person of my dreams. It's going to be the person that really makes me happy. My life is genuinely going the right direction. And Virgo is reflecting right now saying, the reason that I know that my life is going to go the right way is because I didn't accept something that my soul was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't want that. That's not the way I want to be treated. Virgo had the courage to turn down, whether it was jobs or whether it was relationships, whatever it was, they turned down the things that did not make them feel good. They turned down the things and said, I don't want to be treated like that. Thank you. No, I think I'll just grow my business on my own. Or thank you. No, I don't want a relationship where somebody like dangles something in front of me like a carrot. I just want a normal, like, I guess I shouldn't say normal. What is normal, right? But I just want something that I know somebody cares about me authentically and I authentically care about them, and that we're not one-upping each other and that it's not a power struggle or anything like that. We've got that Four of Cups again, and we got a Queen of Swords. I can't believe this, but we keep having this repeat of, like, remember, I'm trying to clarify that 10 of Cups. Who is it that the Virgo is ending up with, that they are heading straight toward, that not only even the Virgo sees exactly who it is, they only know that I can sense that I'm on a trajectory to have great happiness. I can sense that something is shifting in my life. I can sense that things are getting better. I can sense that I have real happiness up ahead. My time of like healing from something or silence is over, but I can also sense that there's someone else out there who's in like a lot of like stress or even hurt energy. I can feel it. I can feel it. And yet I'm the exact opposite. I'm in a really great head and heart space. So how is it that I'm picking up on that X's incredible sorrow? And again, doubling down with that Four of Cups, they have missed out on a chance with me, and I'm becoming very crystal clear on it. Our Virgo is shifting into a Queen of Swords vibe. Masculine or feminine is irrelevant. I never read for genders. This could be a male Virgo who's showing up as a Queen of Swords just as easily as a female. But all of a sudden, even like the way this Egyptian cat is like, their head is turned, it's almost like so they can hear better. It's like, I can hear this person's unhappiness. I can sense it. I'm so aware of it. Yet all of this is under the header of I'm getting my 10 of Cups. I know that I'm walking right up toward it. So why am I so completely alert to the fact that an X is really going through kind of an excruciating amount of hurt over this pain, that they lost me because of the way they handled me, because I wouldn't accept that. We have a Fool. We have a Queen of Wands. We have a Six of Swords. And we have what I always call the maker of the deck, the Grimalkin themselves here, but in the reverse. I gotta say that the energy has shifted. This is not to say that anybody is gloating, okay? Not at all. But it does look like in this storytelling, our Virgo is saying, the reason I know that I'm moving toward happiness is because I am intuitively aware that that person knows that they mess things up with me. And feeling that energy shift, maybe they can't say sorry, but I know that I can feel they're sad over what has happened. And I'm not like I'm glad that they're sad, but at least they know that that was not the way to treat me, because it really lowered it, like it was an insult, to be treated that way. And now I realize that they do know what they lost in me. Queen of Wands, they do know that I was someone of quality, and they shouldn't have treated me like that. They shouldn't have treated anybody like that. But I can move on now, and they're, because I'm glad that they know what they lost. I do think that there was an element of like, I'm not going to say that this is anybody's higher self speaking. This could simply be like a completion of like my how the energy has changed. If someone treated somebody poorly and then never bothered to try to correct that mistake, I kind of think I think that if this person had tried to come back in and correct the way they had mishandled Virgo, it would have been different. Instead, they sat there and they felt really bad about it, and they thought about it for a really long time. And the Virgo kept feeling this person's energy tug at them, like, I'm super bummed out, but they just couldn't bring themselves to ever say, I should never have treated you like that. But I think that the Virgo's sense of awareness, being that high priestess twice, has finally let them know that person, they are as sorry as they can be for what they have behaved like. And it's they who will miss me. And that's not really a higher self saying like, yay, now we can get past it because I know they're crying over me. It's more just like an awareness that, all right, well, we let that thing go. And now we have the new beginning, the true new beginning with the Page of Pentacles upright. This is a little, I think Virgo starts talking to somebody new. It could be an earth energy, doesn't have to be. But remember, this is still under the header of that 10 of Cups. Who is the 10 of Cups for this Virgo? 10 of Wands is something that is going to be free of old burdens. See, I don't know that Virgo could have ever taken that person back anyway. They never tried to correct the mistakes, whoever that person was from the past. We got the Star in the reverse. We got the 3 of Pentacles. I think that the burden that's being dropped now really is the fact that maybe Virgo thought for a really long time that person's got to come back in and fix something. There's no way they could have treated me like that, right? And made it so that I had to choose myself, because I mean, who would let themselves be treated poorly the way this person treated me? But time passed and time passed and time passed. And I think Virgo finally realizes that person's never going to come in and fix it. They just aren't. But I know, I can sense that they feel really bad now, that they know how badly they messed up with someone like me. And now that burden is dropped. They aren't going to fix it. And I know that. Virgo might have really thought, gosh, aren't they going to ever at least, backtrack? The answer on this storyline is no. That person's never going to backtrack. Instead, now Virgo is finally, they've released it too. They've released that whatever that ex did, however that ex mishandled them or mistreated them, and never apologize, even though they wanted to about 1 billion times, but they just couldn't bring themselves to do it. Maybe there's so much pride and so much arrogance that that person possesses. Whatever it is, Virgo is really letting it go. And that's why they're able to now meet a new person. I do feel like this is a brand new person. And with the 3 of Pentacles, now we've got someone who's going to be like a curious-minded individual. We've got a Page of Wands in the reverse. This may start out as an intellectual interest, not a passionate interest, which could be really good here because it would talk about Virgo and this person getting to really know each other first. They could be, I don't know if Virgo is like going to start, pursuing some hobby. Maybe there's some area of interest in the Virgo's life where it's like, oh, I want to go check this out. I want to go to this museum. I want to go do this. I want to do that. And they meet other like-minded people just on the fly. This may not be in a date-like setting at all. This 3 of Pentacles could be just someone who's like an intellectual equal where, it's intriguing. You notice how the 2 guides have brought Virgo into connection with this person. It's like at their higher selves are connecting already at an intellectual level. So I kind of think that, and maybe that's just it. Maybe Virgo really needed to have someone who's like a mental giant like they are, somebody that really they can connect well with. We have a High Priestess again out of a card that should not have been in this deck. It got misshuffled into this one. High Priestess 3 times in a row. It's a very this is going to be a very sexy connection of a very different kind. This is somebody that Virgo feels a vibe with at that, like I say, the intellectual level. 3 of Wands. And then they start to realize, I see a future with you. They both might recognize pretty quickly that this is not an everyday kind of a connection. It didn't start out with passion. I think it starts out with like an interesting conversation about some area of interest that they both have. Maybe they're going to watch something. Maybe I don't know, Virgo and this person suddenly get thrown together in some, awkward moment in life, 2 passerbys, 2 good Samaritans that, jump into action and help somebody out. Whatever this is, life throws these 2 together and they both recognize, you're someone I would want to talk to after all of this, good Samaritan act is over. You're someone that can I get your number? Like this could be one of those moments that two people meet in the most unusual of circumstances. And they may live in different places. One might live in the desert, the other lives someplace else. They may meet while one person is traveling out of town or something like that. Whatever this is, it becomes pretty clear to both of them right away. Wheel of Fortune, you're not like anybody I've ever met. This is the way things were supposed to go. The Virgo was not supposed to end up with the person that ex of theirs. The Virgo was always supposed to keep moving forward. Everything has played out exactly as it was supposed to. Because of that Wheel of Fortune, this is the forward growth. And we have all these serpents in the trees, which totally grosses me out. But I will still say, it's, it's showing change, right? That's what we've got. We have change happening here, which is so positive. All this, and the guides are all over in this again. We've got the birds all over the place. It's quite lovely. So this is how the Virgo ends up with their happiness. A King of Swords, but a Ten of Cups in the reverse. So here's the ultimate final storyline here. The Wheel of Fortune has turned, right? The Virgo is now finally getting their happiness. They end up with a Ten of Cups, but the person that they were supposed to meet was still up ahead for them. And we've seen how they encounter that person. And we see now, okay, so that's how they end up with that person. And when this Wheel of Fortune turns and the Virgo finally does arrive and they finally have this amazing individual in their life, this person that they really connect with, this person that is an intellectual connection to them, and this is who they are supposed to build the rest of their life with. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune is always about like what was once on top is now on the bottom, and vice versa. This is the Virgo's ex. They finally have become a better version of themselves. They are now a King of Swords. They are now somebody who is fair, who is balanced. And unfortunately, they have missed out on their Ten of Cups with their Virgo. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius doesn't have to be, but they, not all this time they'd been thinking like, dang, I this is that ex, right? This is the person we talked about so much already. They knew, Virgo has known that they really regretted the way they treated Virgo. They really regretted it, and they thought about it a ton, but they couldn't bring themselves to come forward. They just couldn't do it. They were wondering, is it really over? But they couldn't make themselves come forward. And the Virgo was in that place where they finally said, I need to move forward. I don't know exactly where I'm going. All I know is that happiness is somehow, it's right up ahead for me. But the Virgo had the power in the very beginning not to, that changed the outcome of everything, right? The Virgo got over this person, and they still could sense that this person was super bummed out. I mean, how many times did we have to see the High Priestess in this? What, do we have it 3 times? Once out of a deck that shouldn't have even been here. Virgo realized with a lot of like a lot of intuition that they're realizing that person who didn't treat me nice, who treated me maybe like an option or treated me like they were going to play a game with me and breadcrumb me. Now that I really have moved on and I feel good about myself again, I also realize the tables have turned and they are feeling that way. They know what I was and they lost me. They didn't connect with their higher self. And now that I recognize it's okay that they never fixed things with me, it's okay that they never healed things with me, it's okay that this isn't my wish fulfillment, that is how we end up with this Virgo meeting this completely different person who all of a sudden it's like, I can't picture my life without you. We met in a strange way, maybe right on the heels, maybe to the day that this Virgo goes, I'm over that ex. I realize they'll never make it right. They'll never heal it. I do know that they're really sorry. Even though they never told me, I know that they miss me. I can feel it. And that's not ego. It's just like, I know, I can feel it. But they'll never do anything to change it. They just won't. That's not who they are. But it's okay because there's some happiness up ahead. And then they meet this person and it's like, oh my gosh, it's you. You were the person I was supposed to meet. And the day that the Virgo meets that person and has that thought that they realize this new individual could be a fire sign, could be an earth sign. The day that they have that thought where they realize that this person is who their future is, this person is the one they were supposed to meet, that's the same day that that ex finally becomes the mate to Virgo, but it's too late. They don't get the 10 of cups. In this case, only the Virgo does. And I know that sounds really like mean-spirited or something, but remember the Wheel of Fortune is like my, how everything turns. This person didn't have to operate that way. They could have stepped up. They could have been a great match to the Virgo. They could have been a king and a queen of swords. They could have been open and honest. They could have said, Virgo, I love you. I want you. I don't know why I tried breadcrumbing you or playing a game with you. All this time, I've been regretting it. All this time, I wanted to be with you, but they just wouldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. And they finally ran out of time. Because really, the Wheel of Fortune is like a gigantic cosmic clock. They ran out of time. The universe had it with them and said, this is all about getting a 10 of cups. This Virgo, they stood up for themselves. They wouldn't accept something less. They wouldn't be treated poorly. And instead of you saying, okay, I'll treat you right, Virgo, you kept thinking, oh gosh, maybe they'll just come back and let me keep treating them like crap. Gosh, I really regret this, but I don't want to come forward and say, sorry. I wonder what I should do. I know Virgo's getting away, but I just don't know what to do. That's why the universe was like, we're done. We're done with this. You've run out of time. So now that you are someone who could have matched with Virgo, now that maybe you finally wouldn't treat Virgo like that, guess what? Your chance with Virgo is over. That's the karma playing out. Sucks to be them. I don't know, why did they factor in so heavily? Let me get, why did that X factor in so heavily? That King of Swords X. Why did they factor in so heavily? Prince of Cups. Hold on, let me get one more. Prince of Swords. Because it looks like they're going to be making an attempt to come back. It does. And we just got a 7 of Swords and we just got a 4 of Swords in the reverse. They factored in very heavily for a couple different reasons, though. Also, this could say that they're going to suddenly make one last attempt. But it could also just talk about the reason they factored in so heavily is because if they came in just as a knight and they said, I love you, Virgo, and they rushed this really fast, kind of like did some love bombing, and all along they were telling lies. They were not, maybe they weren't even a knight yet. Maybe they weren't, I don't know why this person would be telling any lies at all, but there was something here about, this person, and maybe they always had an intent to run away again. That's why they rush in, they come in so fast, and then they had maybe a whole nother agenda all along, which was, this is my MO. I rush in, I say to heal, I run from healing. Because the 7 of Swords is about running away. It's also about lies. But and they might have been saying, no, I don't have anything to heal. I'm fine. I'm fine. That wasn't true either. Anybody that operates this way, racing in like a knight and then keeping a whole bunch of secrets or, whatever this was, they have a ton to heal. And they wanted to act like they were picture perfect and there was nothing that they needed to deal with, nothing that they needed to heal. If that was the big lesson for this Virgo, was like recognizing a knight who just rushes in and doesn't have any staying power, and then whatever the thing is that makes them run away again, that person is very different from this new individual that the Virgo meets. The new individual has not a romantic connection at all with the Virgo, then like a communication and like maybe they and Virgo do something together, but they have communicate first, they do something together, and then they realize, I really like you. I really feel like I can see something with you. Why? Because there's a meeting of the minds. Let me get one last card from the universe about that brand new person. 10 of Wands. This is somebody that, again, what we keep seeing is like, this is such a healing individual for the Virgo to end up with. almost like Virgo getting with this person is going to like give a sense of stability and a sense of relief and a sense of like lack of stress. Virgo's not going to have to mother this person. They're not going to have to coax this person to talk to him. This person already wants to talk, and meeting this person and being with this new individual could really heal a very old wounded energy in Virgo or in this new person, where it's just like, wow, there's no stress with you. There's no, I would say it's the beginning of a new cycle. The Chariot here, this is Cancerian energy. This is somebody who's stable, somebody who makes Virgo feel stable, somebody that Virgo, maybe this Virgo will have never met somebody before who comes across like, wow, I really trust this person. I know how they feel. They know how I feel. We actually mesh. I don't have to question if they want to be with me. I know it in my soul. Maybe that I almost want to say that there's no fear of abandonment with this new person, which is amazing because, like I say, it didn't start out with romance. It starts out with an intellectual connection, and then it becomes like it migrates pretty fast to where it's like, I don't want to be without you. And then it's like, I can't believe this, for the first time in my life I'm sure of this. I'm sure of this person. And now we feel that emotional bond, and it's like we are moving forward, emperor to the empress kind of vibe, because only an emperor or an empress rides in a chariot, and we have these two matched alphas. This is somebody who's not going to be afraid of Virgo's strength. Virgo loves and respects their strength as well, and this whole relationship moves on at a deep and profound emotional level that I don't think either one of them has ever had. That's a nice change. And it's only because the Virgo said, as hard as it probably was, the Virgo said, I won't accept somebody who dangles carrots in front of me. I want a real relationship, or I can't do this. And I think that was a really tough thing for Virgo to do. And especially because I think this was a long drawn out thing. It was like, is Virgo going to cave? Are they going to go back to that ex? Are they going to, that ex kept emotionally like feeling like they could tug Virgo back into their vortex, and Virgo wasn't doing it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. And finally, the clock ran out for that person to finally step up and make the change that they should have made. And the clock has finally run out. I don't know why this had to run for so long. I mean, this video went so long, the storytelling went so long, but I don't know why this character got such a long time to potentially come back in, and they just wouldn't do it. I'm not sure why the universe gave that character so much time to like maybe come toward the Virgo, because we just saw them sitting there in regret over and over again, and the Virgo aware of it over and over again, but they would not change their ways. And the universe finally said, and that's it, time's up. Maybe it was the Virgo who had to finally let it be time's up, but it felt very much like a divine timing thing. Like this process was just simply going to take as long as it was going to take. So it's done now. In this storyline, anyway, it's done now, and we've got a new person that's right on the verge of Virgo and meeting this brand new person. So I'm going to leave that there at long last. Thank you guys for being with me. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you enjoy the channel and want me to keep doing it. All right, take care. Bye.